Hello yogis, welcome to my makeshift studio at home. I know it's been a while since we've practiced together. I just want to let you know that I miss you all and I hope you're keeping up some sort of yoga in your daily life. So today's practice, if you're able to tune in, we are going to keep it pretty simple. I have two blocks. If you have something that looks like this that's really sturdy at home, go ahead and use them. But of course, if you are more accustomed to doing your practice without blocks, you're more than welcome to do so. We're going to begin seated. So cross-legged seated position, sitting up nice and tall. We'll turn our hands down on our knees. Align the spine. Nice and tall, crown of head right over tailbone, and then as I always tell you, lean back just a little bit so the shoulders stack over the hips. We'll let the eyes close. Begin to observe the sensations around you, and then drawing the awareness inward, start to sense and feel your physical presence of being here on the mat. Notice what the body experiences as we come and sit, taking time for ourselves to find movement, to find stillness within that movement. And begin to deepen the flow of breath. And we'll begin with breathing in through the nose and out of the nose. Deep inhales in, deep exhales out. And yogis, do about 2 or 3 more rounds, finding that progression of slowing the breath down. At the end of your next exhale, drop the chin down towards the chest. As you inhale, start to lift the chin, lifting, exposing the throat up towards the ceiling. And exhale, bring chin back down towards the chest. Inhale, lifting, lengthening, softening through shoulders. Exhale, chin to chest. Once more, inhale, lift, lengthen. And exhale, chin to chest. Go ahead and lift your chin now parallel to the floor. Take your gaze and turn it over your right shoulder, keeping neck long, bringing it back to center. We'll take it over left shoulder, keeping the neck long, shoulders soft, back to center. Take it to the right, back through center, taking it to the left. Back to center. Drop your chin now down towards your chest. Right ear over right shoulder. Bring it back to center. Left ear, left shoulder. Back down to the heart. Right ear, right shoulder. Back to heart center. Left ear, left shoulder. So just releasing tension in the neck. Back to heart center, one more time each side, take it over to the right. Here we'll pause and hold, let that left shoulder sink away from the left ear. Moving it back to center, left ear, left shoulder, right shoulder drops down away from the ear. Bringing it back to center. As you inhale, start to lift the chin, lift the arms up overhead. Let the palms touch as you lift gaze. Interlace the fingers, press the palms up nice and high. Find a huge stretch here, pull the belly in. Exhale, round the shoulders, push your palms forward, lean back, finding that cat spine. As you inhale, feel the spine lift, lengthen, lift your gaze slightly. Exhale, round. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale, lifting, lengthening. Exhale, round. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, round. Coming back up to center. Release the fingertips down alongside you, and let's come onto all fours. So coming into our tabletop position, spreading the fingers nice and wide, we'll have our toes tucked here. Moving with cow and cat, we connect our breath with our movement, so find that flat back first. As you inhale, now lift the tail, let the belly drop, chest forward, gaze forward. Exhale, scoop everything in, push into the palms and round the spine. Inhale, drop into your cow pose. Exhale, find your cat back. One more, inhale our cow pose. Exhale our cat back. Keep this rounded spine, untuck your toes. Push your hips back towards your heels, extending the arms forward. The forehead comes down to the mat in child's pose. Lifting up onto the fingertips. Start to walk the hands off the right edge of the mat. Lengthen through, let the head bow in. Lifting your gaze, let the hands come back through center. Take it over towards the opposite side. Reach and fold in. Hands come back to center slowly. Plant the palms. Go ahead, lift yourself up. Tuck your toes under and send your hips up and back nice and slow. Find your downward facing dog. Let the head just dangle and hang in here. Find a little bit of movement. As you inhale, yogis, rise up high onto your tippy toes. Look forward and walk your toes in nice and slow. Find your half lift. Today we're going to bring the fingertips up underneath the knees, send the chest forward. Exhale and fold over the thighs. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold over the thighs. Inhale, lift, lengthen, fold over the thighs. Push into feet, yogis. Rise all the way to stand. Reach your arms up overhead. Lift the gaze as palms touch. And we'll pull our hands down to heart center. So beginning in Tadasana at the top of our mat. As you inhale, sweep your arms up high. Reach up, stretch up. Exhale, bend your knees softly as you dive down deep. Forward fold. Remember, we're keeping it easy today. Slide fingertips up under the knees. Draw the shoulders down the back. Bend your knees, plant your palms, and walk each foot back, finding your plank pose. Round into the upper shoulders a little bit. Draw the belly in. So I'm at an angle here. You can't really see. It looks like my belly's dropping. It's not. It's my shirt. See? But you want to lift your navel center in. Go ahead, exhale. We're going to hinge forward and lower everything down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Get light on those fingertips. Lift your back body, heart center forward. Exhale, lower down. Tuck toes. Press your hips back towards your heels. And rising up into down dog. Just a few rounds of breath right here. Relax the neck. Lift up high onto your tippy toes. Gaze forward. Walking those long legs in. Finding our half lift. Hands under the knees. Chest forward. Tailbone draws back. Exhale, fold. Press into feet. Rise all the way to stand. Palms meet. Hands come heart center. One more round. Inhale, reaching up. Get tall, get taller. Exhale, bend the knees as you dive down deep into that forward fold. Slide your fingertips under the shins, under the knees. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms. Stepping the feet back, find that plank pose. Now remember, the hips don't hang down in plank and they're not tented up in plank. We're nice and level, that rounding between the shoulders. Push forward, lower everything down to the mat. Untuck toes, inhale, lift your heart center. Now your fingers should be so light that you can float your hands here, right? It's our back body muscles giving us this back bend. Lower back down. Toes tuck, hips back to your heels, and then lift and rise into downward facing dog. Staying here for a few rounds of breath. Deep inhales and deep exhales, yogis. Lift and rise high on your tippy toes. Look forward, walk it in. Slow as you can to your half lift. We're bringing the fingertips up under the knees. Exhale, fold in. Press into feet, we rise to stand. Let the palms touch, let your gaze lift. Hands move, heart center. Good. All right, so if you're using your blocks, go ahead, grab those now. You can have them on the highest height or the medium height, even the lowest height. I'm going to go medium today. Standing in Tadasana at the top of the mat, root into the feet. Feet are a comfortable distance apart. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, take it down, forward fold. Bringing hands now onto blocks or again to the shins. Lift, lengthen your spine. Grow tall and long through the spine. Step your left leg all the way back to the back of the mat, finding lunge. Now, I've talked about this in classes before. Don't let your hips just hang super heavy in your lunge, right? Lift, like push the floor away so you find some strength and stability of the hips. Sending the chest forward, sweep the right hip crease back. We're going to lower down now onto this left knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, reaching arms forward. Now scoop your tail under as you rise up and find your low crescent lunge. Reach high, lift up through the chest. Good. Let's interlace our fingers, press our palms up towards the ceiling. Send your hips further forward, let them soften and relax. Exhale, take the hands down towards the blocks. Keep your left hand where it is. Inhale and sweep your right arm high. Let that right hand come down. Lift the left knee. Find that strong lunge pose. Push off the back foot. Bring the knee towards you and step into your half lift right away. Exhale, fold. Press into feet, find your half lift, fingers on blocks or shins. Lengthen that right leg all the way back to the back of the mat as you find lunge. Now remember, don't let the hips just hang heavy here. Find that stability, push in, hug the inner thighs in towards each other. Sliding that back foot back a little bit, all the squeaks are happening. Let that knee lower. Reach your arms forward. Now as you come up, you're scooping the tail under, lifting your chest up, reach up high. Interlace the fingers, press the palms up towards the sky. Release your hands down towards the block. Right hand stays. Sweep that left arm high. Let yourself take a nice gentle twist. And exhale. Hand comes down to the block. Return to lunge pose. Gaze forward. Draw the belly in. Push off that back foot. And step to your half lift. Fold over the thighs. Press into feet, yogis. Rise all the way to stand. Palms touch. Exhale, hands will come down, heart center. We're going to add on to that little sequence. Inhale, sweep your arms up, getting taller than last time. Exhale, take it down, forward fold. Inhale, find your half lift. Let that left leg go back to the back of the mat. Lowering the left knee down, arms reach forward, rising up. Interlace the fingers, press the palms up high. Arc over towards the right. Bringing it back to center. Release the hands down. Left hand stays. Sweep that right arm up high. Exhale, take the hand down. Now taking your blocks with you or not, we're going to straighten into that right leg. Lift those right toes. Send our chest forward for a half split. Exhale, fold over the front leg. Begin to lift your chest. Bend back into that front leg. Walk the blocks forward, finding your lunge pose. Step it forward, half lift. Fold over the thighs. Lift and lengthen your half lift. Step that right foot back, lunge pose. Remember, hips aren't saggy, you're lifted strong. Now sliding the foot back, lower the knee down. Arms forward, rise up. Interlace the fingers, press the palms high. Arc over to the left. Draw the navel in and let your hips sink forward. Come back up to center. The hands will come down. Right hand stays. Sweep that left arm high. Gaze can follow. If this bothers your neck, you just look down. Good. Bring that left hand down to the blocks. Start to take the blocks with you and unbend into that left leg. Turn the toes up. Send the chest forward. So if you're doing this without blocks, fingertips can be here. You can even have them gently on the shin, sending your chest forward. I'm going to go back to my blocks. Inhale, exhale, fold. Bending back into the knee, take the blocks with you. Lift into your lunge pose. Step forward, right into half lift, long spine. Fold over the thighs. Press into your feet and rise all the way to stand. Palms touch, gaze looks up, and hands move heart center. Good. All right. Moving your blocks out of the way. We're going to work on balance pose. So I'm going to come and face you. Looking down at your feet. Have your feet hip distance apart. Shift the weight onto that left foot and come onto the right big toe. Now dropping tailbone down, we draw the belly in. We lift the sternum but relax our shoulders. Chin is parallel and crown of head is high towards the ceiling. As you inhale, push into that left foot, lift your right leg. Let's take our hands, interlace them underneath the right thigh. Can the right knee lift a little higher? Good. Now flex into that right foot. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, imagine like you're kicking your heel towards me, towards your screen. Keep kicking, keep kicking, keep kicking. One more breath. Now hands come back to hips nice and slow as leg stays out long. Point the toe and lower the leg down. Shake out your hips and pedal out your feet. Other side. Shifting the weight onto that right foot. Come on, left big toe. Long spine. Drop the tail down. You want a nice neutral pelvis. Lifting now that left leg, pointer flex the foot, we find stability. Hands come underneath you, interlace under left thigh. See if you can find a little more height here. Flex into the foot and think of kicking the heel past the screen all the way up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Relax your shoulders, hug the inner thighs together. Hands come back to hips and we're holding. And we'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, point the toe and lower down on 1. Nice job. Shake out your hips, pedal out your feet. All right, yogis, let's come all the way down onto our mat. It's a short practice today, so we're just going to start to close out. Lengthen your legs out long. So for my yogis with tight hips, I encourage you to sit maybe onto a blanket. Just kind of shelf your booty there. Notice how now my spine is lifted and I'm already pitched forward. Otherwise, you can sit on a bolster or a pillow as well. Moving the flesh out from underneath you. Flex your feet, curl toes back towards your face. Let's inhale, reach our arms up high. Find length. Exhale, reach. Pitch your fingers out past your toes. Holding on to the sides of the feet. Lift and lengthen your spine, just like we would here in a half lift. And this is as far as we're going to stay. We're just going to keep this long spine, long legs, kick the heels forward, but drop the chin towards the chest. I promise we'll get to fold in deeper in just a moment, but find your breath. Breathe into the spaciousness of the backs of the legs and across the low back. One more deep inhale. Release your hands. Walk them back towards your hips as you find a tall spine. Draw that left foot in, right leg will stay long. So naturally the body kind of wants to spin to the left. We're going to encourage the sternum to spin over this right knee. Extend your arms up high. Hinge forward once more. Reach out over that right leg. Hold the feet. Hold the ankle. Hold the shin wherever you can. Lift and lengthen your chest. Exhale, let yourself fold in. Think of hollowing out the belly, reaching the sternum forward. Go to your depth of forward fold today. Little shake, no. Little nod, yes. And we're breathing into the space that you're creating into your lower back. Let the head and neck be soft. Lifting your chest, release the hands, let them step back towards your hips as spine lengthens. Slide that left leg out long, little shift of your feet. Bring your right foot in, step it to the inside of the left thigh, and we square the sternum out over the left knee. Extend your arms up high, find a ton of length here in the spine. Keep all that length as you reach, you arc forward. Now hold wherever you can. Don't feel that toes is the furthest point. You don't need to make it there. You want a long spine. So lift and lengthen. As you exhale, ease into the fold. Shake the head no and nod the head yes. Now as you're holding, I'll just speak to this. The more ease we can bring into the posture, the deeper we go. If we're exerting a ton of effort, we're almost holding ourselves back. So finding that sense of relaxing into the posture. And sometimes the depth doesn't come physically, it comes with our breath, or it comes maybe in our mind. As you inhale, lift, lengthen the chest. Hands walk back towards your hips, lifting yourself nice and tall. Send the right leg forward, little shift from side to side. Good. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. Little rock from side to side to get the heels nice and close to your sit bones. Go ahead, hold on to the feet. I like to kind of cup my feet. Some people like to take peace fingers around big toes. You can hold ankles or shins, as long as it's comfortable. Now think of lengthening the knees across the room away from each other. Root down into the tailbone and lift the crown of head high. Hollow back the belly and begin to hinge forward. Bend into your elbows. As you cast your chest out over your toes, drop your chin down. Eyes close here. And we're not concerned with how deep we're taking this posture. We focus on the length and the spaciousness that's being created. And that's happening in the pelvis and the low back. Breathe a little deeper now. Deeper on inhale, even deeper on your exhale. Little bit of core engagement as you lift yourself nice and tall. Good. Send your legs forward away from you. Take your hands, close your knees. Slide forward on your mat and lower down. So as you're coming onto your spine, let's slowly start to step our feet hip bone distance apart. Bring your arms down alongside you. Start to take the shoulder blades underneath you. Just a few moving bridges. So as you press into your feet, you are going to lift your hips out nice and high. Squeeze inner thighs together. Squeeze your glute muscles. Press into the arms. Draw the belly in. Exhale, lower down. 2 more just like that. Not staying very long. Press into feet. Lift the hips. Good. Exhale, lower down. Keep your gaze towards the ceiling. Press into feet, lift the hips, and exhale, lower down. Let the feet move as wide as the mat, arms out into a T shape. Let the knees tent in towards each other. We'll let the knees drop now to the left. Bring them back to center. Allow them to drop to the right. Back to center. One more time. Take them left.